What is up, Internet? Hello, I'm Jason DeRusha. This is the 734 from WCCO. We know a lot of you are kind of out and about or maybe just settling into your Facebook feed this time of day, so we like to bring you the latest local news and weather. Let's get you right to the weather today because we are expecting a little bit of rain, maybe some snow, nothing major. But coming into town, probably late afternoon, early evening, Riley O'Connor tells us. The day's going to be really nice, pretty normal anyway, increasing clouds around lunchtime. If you're going to go for a walk, should be 36, near average at 39 at 4 p.m. But again, watch out for that light shower. Might want to have an umbrella if you haven't left your house yet. So you can be ready for that, and then there may be some snow mixed in. So we'll keep an eye on that for your drive home later today. Let's talk about this. We know the news has been heavy over the last couple weeks. Anxiety is real with discussions of COVID-19. I hope you haven't looked at your 401k if you're lucky enough to have one of those. Stocks have been tough. We got a school strike in St. Paul. So today we thought we need a moment of zen. Here's some of the pictures we got. Maggie Voth making the most of Minnesota winters. Isn't that a peaceful scene? Makes you feel good. What else is making... Oh, come on, Meg. My baby girl, Foxy. Look at that cute face. And Sarah. Oh, when I saw Sarah's post on our WCCO This Morning Facebook page, thinking about opening day with the Minnesota Twins in April, it did just like give me that little moment of zen as well. So keep them coming. If you're watching on the WCCO Facebook page, you don't have to post a picture. You can if you want, or you can just tell us what gives you a moment of zen. We'll share through some in just a moment. Oh, the sunrise, the sunset. It was a beautiful sunset last night, wasn't it? All right, now that you all feel better, here's today's news. St. Paul Public Schools will be closed today. Teachers going on strike. This hasn't happened in like 70 years in St. Paul. So many people impacted, 36,000 students and their families. And then think of all the teachers as well and their families and the sacrifice they're making. St. Paul Public Schools told us it was in mediation with the union until 3 in the morning, but they just could not get to a deal. The negotiations have been going on for 9 months. And throughout those past 9 months, the teachers union has been asking for more staff in certain departments, teachers demanding more mental health, more multilingual staff in schools. District is saying, look, enrollment is down. We're losing money in this district. We cannot do what you are asking for us to do. And so just different priorities, so they are not able to get to it. St. Paul teachers walking the picket lines today. St. Paul does have a number of plans in place because plenty of students aren't going to be able to easily get childcare, perhaps. Several rec centers and libraries are open and do include meals. So that is really a great option. We have those options on our website at WCCO.com. COVID-19, the outbreak growing around the nation this morning as was predicted. It is impacting everything from schools, stocks, sporting events. Let's give you the latest. There are more than 700 cases in the United States. At least 26 have died. 2 cases of the virus in Minnesota. And this morning, Governor Tim Walz expected to sign a nearly $21 million emergency funding bill. You probably know Wall Street at its worst day since the 2008 financial crisis, with the Dow sinking 2,000 plus points. Overnight, a lot of sports leagues are trying to figure out how to deal with things. They're closing their locker rooms to non-essential employees, closing their clubhouses as well. So NBA, MLB, pretty much all the leagues making that choice. In Wisconsin, the Osceola School District is closed today. Somebody who attended a school event tested positive for COVID-19. The district says, look, we know the risk of spreading it is low, but they are closing today to do a deep cleaning of the schools. More passengers on board that virus-stricken Grand Princess will leave the ship today in California. More than 40 Minnesotans were on board. Americans will be quarantined at military bases in California, Texas, and Georgia. Now, that ship had 21 confirmed cases of COVID-19 on board, but 19 of those 21 were crew members. Overnight, a Florida couple still on the ship filed a $1 million lawsuit accusing Princess Cruise Lines of gross negligence. What a country. You're still on the ship and you file that lawsuit. Can't wait to get off. In Washington, the White House says President Donald Trump has not been tested for the virus, despite the fact that he came into contact with 2 Republican lawmakers who are self-quarantining. Those 2 came in contact with the man last month, who later tested positive for COVID-19. Later today, President meeting with Republicans to talk about economic relief. One idea being floated is a payroll tax cut. Also, relief for hourly workers being discussed because who knows what the employment situation will be like coming up. After yesterday's 2,000-point Wall Street drop, it looks like Wall Street is on the way up this morning, at least if the futures are any indication. They're up 1,100 points. Earlier this morning, we spoke with financial analyst Justin Halverson, who said he knows it's hard, but the best move is to ride it out and not let panic and fear take over.
But as long as you don't sell, you don't lock in a loss. I know it's cliche. I know it's hard to hear right now.
Right.
But like we talked about a little bit earlier, it's about how close you are to retirement, how close you are to needing that money. That should determine some of those decisions you made ahead of time.
This could help today. Japan just announcing a $4 billion aid package to help their economy. A couple of popular game shows are making some changes amid the outbreak. The AP reporting that Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune will tape without studio audiences. Now, these shows tape episodes months in advance, so you're not going to notice a change right away. They'll probably still bring in applause, sound effects. A source says the move is being taken out of an abundance of caution. Both of the hosts of those shows are in their 70s. Both have been recovering from medical issues. Forbes reporting that Coachella is going to be postponed over virus fears. Dates for the popular California Music Festival being shifted from April to October. Last week, the South by Southwest Festival, which is a music and a tech festival in Texas, was canceled. If you are flying Delta in March or April, you can change or cancel your flight without a fee. This is for any destination. It doesn't matter when you bought the ticket. Delta, the first airline to broaden its policy, and we'll see what the other airlines do. Spring break right around the corner for many people. I've got a trip planned to Boston and New York, and well, we'll see kind of what happens and what we do there. If you feel sick, make sure you don't just show up at the clinic. You should call your doctor first. COVID-19 can feel similar to a cold or flu. Symptoms like a fever, coughing. One difference with COVID-19, you might feel shortness of breath. It's important to remember that the majority of people with COVID-19 do have mild symptoms and do recover. Election news. Voters go to the polls today in 6 states. Michigan is the biggest prize. 125 delegates up for grabs. CBS calling this Super Tuesday 2. My 12-year-old son was calling it OK Tuesday, pretty good Tuesday. Washington State, Idaho, North Dakota, Missouri, Mississippi, all voting today as well. Former Vice President Joe Biden looking to extend the lead he gained over Senator Bernie Sanders on the actual Super Tuesday or Super Duper Tuesday. Minnesota lawmakers still at odds over what to do with the state's $1.5 billion surplus. This is a projected surplus as well, so we'll see what happens. But Republicans are saying, hey, it's taxpayer money. We want to give it back to them. Their plan includes tax cuts. Democrats and the governor oppose eliminating Social Security taxes. They're arguing that, come on, only the higher income residents pay them anyway. Big state fair news this morning. We just learned this about 20 minutes ago. 2 new acts performing at the grandstand this year. Not a lot of crossover in these 2 audiences. Miranda Lambert will be here Thursday, August 27th, and NF will be here Thursday, September 3rd. NF is a hip-hop group. Tickets for both of those shows go on sale on Friday. All right, maybe that's your moment of zen. Some nice music. Maybe it's NF. You just love to crank. If any of you are NF fans, I want to hear about it. That feels like not in the typical 734
I don't think so.
viewer.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Sure. I did have someone come up to me before we get to everyone's moment of zen. This was maybe my moment of zen. I was at the Minnesota Monthly Food and Wine Show.
Sure.
And she came up to me and said, I love when you fill in on the 734.
Wow.
I'm like, how about that?
7:30 audience is growing.
Watch it, Cordero. I'm coming for you. All right, we're talking about moment of zen. Our digital guy, Cole, is here with some zen. Cole, lay it on me.
Yeah, we got Judy saying the sunshine and warmer weather always brings a smile to my face.
Nice.
We have Kathy saying looking forward to warmer Minnesota weather. Got a lot of people saying
Got a
that.
theme here. Yeah.
We got Paul saying nothing better than sunshine, warm weather, and hearing the birds and little critters playing in the yard.
That is a nice sound, isn't it? You
Yeah.
know what critters are playing in my yard right now? Voles. Do you know what voles are?
What are voles?
My backyard looks like a maze from these stupid little rats. They're like little rats that chew the top layer of your grass, and then the
Interesting.
snow melts, and you're like, what happened out here?
Doesn't sound
Yeah,
zen-like.
that's my zen.
And lastly, we have
Thinking about killing the voles.
lastly, on that note, lastly, we have Colette saying, "My son, nothing cures the blues better than a 2-year-old singing Baby Shark."
Come on. Baby shark. Da, 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 da. All right, very good.
go.
Thank you, guys. I think you helped. I think everybody's helping each other. We'll get through this together. That's what we're here for. This is the 734 from WCCO. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow, same time.